3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. What's up? My name's Devin. I also go by Infinite or Proud by Infinite, and today we're gonna go over essential drum patterns that every West Coast producer should know. So obviously I did not come up with this idea. We've all seen these type of videos going around YouTube a lot. I just always felt like it was really based around trap production. I never really see any that's for West Coast production, you feel me? So you know me, I always gotta put my little twist on everything. So now we're gonna be taking that type of video, and I'm gonna be looking out for the West Coast producers this time. Let's get into it. And just to let y'all know that every single drum sound that we're going to be using for this video is in my foundation kit. This kit is free and is based around West Coast production. So if you need some good sounds for West Coast beats, this is a drum kit for you. Cool. Now that we're in FL Studio, we're going to start off with the first one, which is the clap roll. This is the one that I be getting the questions on the most when I be doing live streams, making beats and everything like that. It's like, how do y'all do that little clap? That the little DJ Mustard type thing. So I'm gonna play it and then I'm gonna tell y'all how to do it. Alright, so let's go into actually how you do these rolls. So, excuse me. So this is the roll right here. And basically all you have to do is you just do like a hi-hat roll. You could do it in the 1/2 step, you can do it in the 1/3 step. They all work. The main trick is just to do the roll like this. And then the real trick is that you gotta fade in the velocity like that. You know what I mean? So this is technically the part that everyone always asks about. But I always like putting one more clap right before the pattern ends, because I feel like it gives like a good punctuation to the bar. You know what I mean? And so it just kind of hits and it's like, this bar is done. You feel me? That's how I like doing it. So that's gonna be number 2, is the second clap. You know what I mean? So usually the clap pattern will just go like this. You know what I mean? Just a regular clap pattern. We all know this. But I personally really like throwing that extra clap in there, just because it adds a little bit of variation, and like I've said before, really good punctuation. You know what I mean? And you can also do it like this too, like where you do it before. I mean, they both work. They both sound really good and add good punctuation to the end of your bars. All right, and then next thing is the essential 3 count. You feel me? So I'm sure you've all heard this before, but for some reason when I was learning how to do this, it took me forever to get this. So it's just a 3 count. A lot of people like doing with stomps, kicks, open hats. And when people do it with kicks, they usually layer it with something else. So this is the pattern right here. Super simple, but it hits though. You know what I mean? So the way that you do this is all you do is you just put one right here. Just clear that out. So you put one right here. And then if you're on a 1/2 step, you want to go to the second to last bar. And then you go into the middle of the next one. And that's how you do that little 3 count. You know what I mean? And don't be limited to only putting it at the beginning. You can also put it at like different parts. Do other parts like this right here. When you're doing this little 3 count right here, don't be limited just to the beginning. You know what I mean? Feel free to like experiment, put it in other places. As long as it sounds good, it sounds good. And next we're gonna go into kicks. So this kick pattern right here, it's really been popularized by Sparky and a lot of Sacramento production. It's basically the regular 3 count that a lot of people do like this. You know what I mean? Like we've all seen that before. But when you add one more kick at the end right here, it adds just like way better punctuation. Just completes better. You feel me? You know what I mean? So when you're doing this little 3 count thing right here, add one more at the end. This 3 count right here is super essential, but when you add this 4th one right here, it just switches it up a little bit and it just finishes off the pattern really well. Now when I do this pattern right here, I usually go onto the other bar and do a call and response type of technique, where this right here will be the call I'll give it like a little break right here, and then I'll do a response. And one of my favorite ways to do that response is to take up these two last bars right here, or beats, I would say. Two last beats with just one kick. Once again, adds great punctuation to the bar and your patterns. And when you listen to a lot of West Coast production, you'll see this a lot right here, where you cover the last two beats with a kick. Now we're gonna go into some blast type hi-hats. So I'm gonna play it for you real quick, and then we're gonna get down to how you do it. Alright, so the trick with these type of hi-hats is this. You wanna go into your hi-hat right here. You wanna right click it and go to fill every 4 steps. Now this is what you're doing if you want to produce in half time, but if you want to produce in double time, like some people like producing at like 200 BPM, you would want to go into a 2-step at that point. But since we're at 95 BPM, fill every 4 steps. Then after you do that 4-step, you just go in and you start slicing stuff up and making rolls. I've noticed that with a lot of blast beats, he'll go to the 1/3 step and just do like a little roll like this right here. If you're kind of confused on where to put your rolls, or you're just kind of lost on that stuff, a good idea is to always do it right before the clap. You know what I mean? So yeah, obviously I could put the roll like right here, and like that will sound good. You know what I mean? You can really put them anywhere for the most part. But if you're just kind of lost and you want to put it somewhere where you know it's going to sound good, and you're just looking for like more reliable patterns, always go right before the clap. I mean, you could do it like that, or you could even go like this. And put it on this part so it leads into the clap. So that's how you be doing these type of hi-hats for blast. You just take that little fill every 4-step, copy it over, and then you just start making rolls wherever you see fit. If you ever get lost, just do it right before the claps. It'll always sound good, I promise you. Alright, so next is the Lazers, and I'm sure if you listen to a lot of Sacramento music, you'll hear a lot of Lazers. So one of the ways that you can do it is just like this. I'll play it and then I'll break it down for y'all. You know what I mean? Just gotta be simple like that. So what I do personally is I'll go to the magnet right here and I'll go to the half step, and then I'll click on the second to last bar, and then I'll just copy it over. So just like this right here, copy it over. And then I'll just mess with the velocity a little bit just to give it like a little bit more unique texture and everything. Some people do just kind of do this, but you know what I mean, if you want to be slightly different, you know what I mean, mess with the velocity a little bit. So for the very last one, we're going to be talking about darker styled hi-hats. So I've been doing stuff like this when I've been doing a lot of Sacramento type production. You feel me? So I kind of take that zap pattern and I kind of transfer that technique over to the hi-hats. So if you listen to this right here, actually, if you want to think about it, this really incorporates all of the techniques that we went over today, because you got the zap right here, and then you got the little 3 count that we talked about with the open hats. You know what I mean? And then we got the little punctuation with the steps right here that we did with the kicks. Rolls right here like we talked about in the blast one. Got the punctuation one right here like we did with the claps. I mean, so you can really just take all those techniques and transfer them over to the hi-hats and make a solid pattern. So like we just talked about, all I did was just put one hi-hat on the one. I did the little zap pattern where we go to the second to last bar, just copy it over. And then I did a little calm response, so I gave it a little break and then did the response right here. Did that little 3 count thing that we was talking about earlier. A little bit more call and response, because with West Coast stuff, it's really good to be spacious because you're really trying to emphasize grooves and everything like that. So use a lot of call and response. This one right here, and then we do that little thing right here. You know what I mean? So with that being said, I really hope that y'all learned something new in this video. And even if you didn't learn something new, I hope I kind of refined or brought back some memories or something like that. So With that being said, my name is Devin. I also go by Infinite or Powered by Infinite, and peace out.